Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
International journalists be are reacted to Ayama Cecilia Dapaah and sama a trendy social media. What I say a resignation Cecilia Dapaah a resigno bogus. Na afin suno oside and some baby atoja afa Cecilia Dapaah and sama a trendy social media no. Na mempesa MSM no kame ni enti sene international journalist e kansem. Ansa na be kono subscribe to channel and click the notification bell no so like jumadi no na share ma afofron so ensa enkabi. Comment section hono wache. And I will be to send a voice note afa number ya eda o screen so na you be publish ama amansan so atewonka. Yenti sene international journalist e kansem.
Today is not really good for me, and I have to come out and do this live. And yesterday we did something, right? We talked about the Bola minister, right? The sanitation minister, Madam Cecilia Abena. Now she's a former minister because she have resigned, but you know all those resignation is just bogus. So we're going to talk about why I think this is bogus. Why I think this is not something that's going to resolve the problem. So get into the live, share the live. Let's quickly share the live, and then we're gonna
sanitation minister.
Yeah. So I think everything is good now. All right, good. For some reason I don't see the number of people, but I can see we are very live. When you get into the live, please let me know. Let me give you a big shout out. Let me know if you are here. I see Limo Agbeko. Welcome to the live. We're going to talk about serious things today. It's going to be very, very serious because, you know, this government actually take us for granted. When things happen, the ministers will just resign, and then that's it. And then you see that the issue will just die. Anything that happened in Ghana, within 2 weeks, you see that the story will just die, right? And it is very painful that we Ghanaians that, you know, are contributing to this economy. You know, people are contributing to this economy. People are actually suffering. People can't even afford to eat 2 times a day. And you have some people somewhere, they call themselves politicians, and they are consuming the money of this country. These people came to this, like they came to power and told us that they are coming to secure the public purse. But see what is happening. Let me take you guys back to 2017. And maybe someone here will recollect this. Do you know that Nanado did a video back in 2017 where he was saying that if you're a government appointee and you think because you are appointed by the government you're going to steal money, then you'll be disappointed. I don't know whether you guys saw that video. And today I can tell you on authority that those people who came to government and want to make money, they are making the money. Because this case with the Bola minister showed us that people in government are stealing and making money. We have story upon story. I can tell you a lot of story. If you remember, the CEO of Youth Authority, he was using government resources without approval. What happened to him? Did he go to jail? No. We had the Deputy Minister of Finance, Charles Oduboy, here. He was involved in Galamsey based on an investigation made by Anas. Did he go to jail? No. I can go on and on and on. Actually, I have a long list here that I'm going to go through of cases that happened. We're all going to go through this. Did anyone go to jail? No. But somebody in a village somewhere will steal 1 fowl and he will take him to court. He will stay in jail for 15 years. This is the country we are in, where people are hungry and they go and steal just 1 fowl. They'll stay in prison for years. But you have these government appointees stealing millions of dollars. I'm not even talking about cities, man. They are stealing millions of dollars, but they are walking free. They are driving in their Pajeros. They are driving in their Land Cruisers. And people are respecting them, but they are thieves. They are thieves, but they are respecting them. That's what I'm saying. This country, things are messed up. Really messed up. But we're going to talk about that. Alfred, you welcome to the show. Baba, you are welcome to the show. George Augustine Apia, you are welcome to the show. This is uncalled for. Let's go back to the story. Let's go back to the Bola minister story, Madam Cecilia Abena Dapaah story. You see, he has house help, 2 house help that stole over $1.3 million from her house. And these people are learned from reliable sources that these house help actually own properties now in Accra and the northern part of this country. They share the money between their families, boyfriend and ex-boyfriend. Even ex-boyfriends are benefiting from this money. You should know that the money is big. Even ex-boyfriend, somebody that is not even in your life anymore, is your ex for a reason. You are even giving that person money. Their family had the share of it. My people, this is serious. I want you to share this life. I want this life to go far, because you know what? Other media houses are not making noise about this story. 2 weeks from now, this will die, because you know the big journalists, the senior journalists, they are in the pocket of the MPP. They are being paid. That's why you see people like Omar Hene. You see people like who else? This is my guy on Metro. Paul Archery. They will be defending the undefendable. I will not be surprised to see a show. Paul will come on a show to defend this. And guys, we have to make it a matter. You guys have to help me for this video to go far, because it seems like we are only few on this matter, because we don't want the matter to die. We don't want the matter to die. So going back to what I was saying, these house helps were able to steal 2 house helps. They were able to steal over $1.3 million, and they share among their family, friends, boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. 1.3 million. So just ask yourself, this story happened last year, somewhere in 2022. This story happens last year, 2022. This is in court for almost a year now. Now, the way the story went is that the husband of the former minister, Cecilia, caught one of the house help in the process of stealing the money. So it means that if they were not able to catch them stealing the money, they will never know that they have some money missing. Do you hear that well? They only knew that $1.3 million were missing in their house because the husband caught one of the house help in the process of stealing. So you ask yourself, if I have $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, even $4 million in my house, and somebody come and steal 1.3, I will know. Henry, am I lying? If I have $4 million in my house and somebody come to steal 1.3 million, I will know. So if they are able to steal 1.3 and they don't know, they didn't even realize that they are stealing their money, I just want you guys to imagine for a second how much money they actually have in that house. This is not brain work. Like this, you don't have to be like, this one has nothing to do with you don't have to be how do I put it? You don't have to be like, how do I want to put it? You don't have to be genius to know, because if they're able to steal $1.3 million in the house and they don't know, I'm sure the money they have is more than 4 million. So if this is from one minister's house, we know there are other ministers that have similar cases where people or housewives stole money from them, but they were not bold enough like this lady to come out. They were not bold enough to come out. So this woman was bold enough to come out. This is a lot of money one person is holding. Do you know that in Ghana, if I have a dollar account, I cannot remove $10,000 in 1 year, over $10,000. I'm only limited to remove only $10,000 a year. If you have a dollar in Ghana you want to remove from your account, that is the law. You can only remove up to 10,000. Even banks in Ghana, right? If you have 1 million, you cannot as a bank keep over $1 million, or you cannot even keep $1 million in your vault overnight in the bank in Ghana. You have to send it to the central bank. Just so how come this woman was able to change up to $1 million and be keeping it in her house? Is the law only working for some few people? Because they are making it impossible for somebody like me, who is the citizen. I will not be able to withdraw more than $10,000, right? To withdraw more than $10,000 in a year. But this woman was able to change and have $1 million in her house. This government is begging us, people that are holding dollars, that they should come and change those dollars for cedis so that we can have good exchange rate. Because today we know the exchange rate between the dollar and the cedi is over 12 cedis. If you take $1, you're going to get 12 cedis. It got to a time $1 is equal to 19 cedis. So they say, you know what? They are begging us, people who have dollars, to change into cedis so that we can help. But see, the people that are telling us to change our money, they are keeping dollars. And there's a law in this country that you cannot change more than $10,000. How come she has almost 1 million? Even banks in branches, banks in Ghana here cannot even have $1 million in their vault overnight. But she was able to have that huge sum of money in her house. How is that possible? How is that possible? My people, how is that possible? Tell me, how is that possible? You know, for me, if I have to talk about her resignation, right? So this woman came and said that she's resigning. So you guys saw the letter, right? A letter that came about that she's resigning. And she said she's resigning because there's too much polemic, too much curiosity or problem overnight based on her case in court. And I was surprised when I was reading the letter. There's a portion in the letter where she's saying that the money that they are saying that they stole, 1.3, is less than that. And I'm here thinking, my people, I'm here thinking and saying, these people, usually they take us for fools. So you have this in court for over a year. It's now that you are realizing that the amount quoted was wrong. The amount quoted, the 1.3 that was quoted, is now that you realize that it was wrong, because now it's into the media. People are talking about it. And she's saying in the resignation letter that, oh, the money that they quoted was wrong. What the hell do you take us for? You think we are kids? We don't think. So these have been in case for 1 year. You didn't know that the amount was wrong. Now that the people in media, some people like me, that like the truth, that have the integrity, that people that you cannot buy like me, we are talking about it. Is now that you wake up from your dreams from somewhere and telling us that there must be a fault or a mistake in the figure. Government you guys cannot lie to us. You cannot double play us, because we are too intelligent, too clever for this. We are too clever. This matter, I'm telling you, if the media don't make noise about it, this will die. This will die. 2 weeks from now, this matter will die. So this one is telling us that no, they have been mistaken the figure. It's a lie. For over a year, you didn't see the mistake. It's now that you see the mistake. I heard some people are defending the undefendable and saying that no, the money does not belong to her. That the $1.3 million lost in this case does not belong to her, but it belongs to her husband. Lie. The document from the courts is telling us that in that $1.3 million that we are talking about, only $3,000, so listen very well, only $3,000 belongs to the husband. And even that is not cash, it's based on the kente that the people stole. The kente and suit belongs to the husband. And doing the evaluation of those equal to $3,000. So here we are talking about 1.3, oh, that's 1.297 thousand still belong to this woman. Now, if they are saying, for argument's sake, if people are saying that the money belongs to the husband, this is easy. If the money belongs to the husband, we can trace it easily. We can trace it to the bank, right? The bank where they are banking from. We can trace it. But now today, we can't even trace the money. Can we trace the money? If the money truly belongs to the husband, then let's go to the bank. The people they bank with, because if they withdraw the money, we'll know. If this is legitimate money, they should have a record with for GRA, right? This should be easily traceable. Kofi Ajimai, this should be easily traceable. Now, this woman will resign, and then this will be the end of the story. I'm telling you, because these have happened time and time again, where in this country we have people who have stolen government money and they came to resign and they have been protected. I'm telling you, I am praying and hoping, shouting that this case will not go under the rocks, because we have seen cases where Nanado have become the clearing agent. When I say clearing agent, we know what I mean by clearing agent. Farida, Nanado is the clearing agent where some of his ministers, like in the past, we have the deputy chief of staff, right? The deputy chief of staff was involved in a wrongdoing. He resigned. The president came to defend him. We have minister of state, right? Did something wrong. I think this minister was from minister in the Upper East. He was exposed by a journalist. He resigned. The president came to, cover him. He's always a clearing agent. We have some CEOs or some government institution. For example, I'm not going to call names. The CEO of the Youth Authority. He actually dispensed some state resources without approval. But the president once again came to cover him. So, this president is fan of covering the wrongdoing of his people. So I will not be surprised the president will come again to cover the former minister, Cecilia Dapaah, on this. Because he's fan of doing that. That is his characteristics, or I'll say that is his quality, to become the clearing agent of all the bad doing of his people. But this is the same man in 2017. He told us. I was looking for the video today, maybe for me to play for you guys. This, our president, Nanado, came out and told us that, you know what? If you are an appointee of the government and you think you're going to use the position to make money, you'll be disappointed. But today is a different story. When this president told us in the past, in the opposition, they said that they don't feel the money in their pocket. Today, they are feeling the money in their pocket. And they have too much of it for one person to keep more than $1 million in their house. You see, the most painful aspect of all this story that I keep on repeating again and again is that they were not even aware that they were stealing money from them. They were not even aware that they were stealing money from them. So how much money is in that house? If they stole up to $1.3 million, but they were not aware, how much money was in that house? That is the big question that I want to know. You know what? We need to investigate this, because that resignation shouldn't be the end of the story. We are not taking that risk. We have to make sure that the special prosecutor is involved, the IOCO is involved, all the government apparatus are involved, so that we know what is the legitimacy of that money. Because if it is the legit money, GRA should have a record of it. The bank should have a record of it. So we need to investigate that and know where did she get that money from. Because we all know the salary of a minister. Because if they were able to steal $1.3 million from her house and she didn't know, that means she has more. She has more. Because if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, she will know. You guys know what I'm talking about. If it is 4 million, everybody will know. But I believe this money is more than that. So let's go back to Nanado. I have a list here. I'll read for you. Nanado have defended these CEOs of the state institution, have defended some ministers, have defended the former deputy of chief of staff, right? He have defended him. I talk about the former CEO of a youth authority who defends some resources without approval. He defended them. I talk about the Upper East minister that was exposed by a journalist. He have defended him. He also defended Charles Eduboin, who was the deputy finance minister. He came about that he was involved in illegal galamsey, and he was exposed by Anna's story. You see, all these people I've listed were defended and cleared by the president. You see how the president covered these people? You see how the president made it his own business to make sure that none of his appointees taste jail, although he knows that what they did was wrong. You see how I'm feeling? Guys, I want you to be involved in this life today, and I want you guys to actually send me message, because I want to read more of your messages today. Send me message. Let me read them. I want to read more of your messages today. Because I don't want to be like I'm the only person talking. But I want you guys also to talk. Right? So George appears say it is good you speak the Ewe language in combined for our people on the other side with little understanding of the English language to follow. Yes, a minister the lebe home 1.3 million le minister the cabo home. Iha e gama ke no be home manya olo e wo be esua vakpo house helper le gafi have you wanya be house help you like have him ta imagine be nenye le home me. Just imagine how much do they have in that room. Nenye le home me 1.3 million ofi ha wanya 1 year ke o wanya. You see, we are suffering no. Apia, we are suffering in this country. See, inflation today is 54%. The price of rice have increased like the price of maize have increased 400%. Electricity tariff, water increased 150%. Today, the money we used to buy, the money that we used to buy petrol, 1 gallon, today use the same money to buy just 1 liter. Government is asking us to tighten our belt, that things are hard. But see how government is chopping money, nyafu. It's a problem. Frederick say you guys are doing a good job. Thank you so much. Fatih Mohammed say thumbs up to you also. George Apia says special prosecutor and all those mentioned are toothless institution. But this time they had to prove to us that they are not toothless, that they are up to the job. So they have to do it. So let your comments come. I am ready to read your comment. We are live on Ben Wayo page. We are live on Kiss FM. You have your comment coming, and I'll be glad to read it. We're going to wrap up this show very soon, like in about next 10 minutes. So let's go. Top Baby Cesar is asking, we should also speak French. You know, guys, I am a polyvalent, what would I say? I'm one of the journalists that speak at least, like, I speak French, I speak English, I speak Spanish, hablo español, poquito. Je parle un peu le français, and I speak English. And I speak Ewe, but don't have. So you see that I speak 4 languages. Hablo español, je parle français, I speak English, but don't have. Amane. You see that? Cuatro. You see, so we're going to be missing it for people to know that we know what we know. Yes. So to continue our story, WV, thank you so much. Valentina Ado. Hey, Valentina Ado, that's my former classmate. We went to Taviepe Secondary School. That's where I went to. I'm a proud TASEC old student. Taviepe Secondary School. That is on top of the mountain. When you go to Ho, you go to Taviepe. That's my school right there. So Valentina Ado used to be my my classmate. We have Solo P. Thank you so much for watching. He said, DJ, I love best work for our country. Yes, we have to do it for our country, and I know I have your support. I have Agbe Kodo. Thank you so much for doing the watching. May God Almighty bless you. But before I wind the show, let me tell you something. Something strange happened yesterday. What happened yesterday is that, you know, most of the time, right, we have radio and TV shows where these MPP communicators go to, right? So you have the Joy, you have the Radio Gold, you have all those, you know, big station, big media houses where the MPP communicators go to. But surprisingly, yesterday, all those shows that they do on radio and TV, these people didn't go. The MPP communicator didn't go. None of them. They didn't go to those shows. You know why? Who can tell me why they didn't go to those shows? The MPP communicators, they didn't go to the shows. They couldn't go because their body catch them. They were too much ashamed because they know this story, they cannot defend it. This 1.3 money chopped by the Bola minister, they cannot defend it because they have defended the undefendable before. But yesterday, surprisingly, they did not go to those radio stations. They did not go to those TV stations to go and defend. They did not go. They were so shy. They know that this one, hey, Chineke, if I go, hey, what am I going to say? Because this one, they caught us. You know, they defended things like, I can tell you, I have a long list of things here that they have defended before. You know, the Alistair Matthias scandal that happened, the Al Jazeera story, where they say our government are moving about $40 million worth of gold from the country. These communicators, they were able to defend it. But when it came to this $1.3 million, they didn't show up. 17,000 per hour for the private jets for our president. They came on radio, they came on TV to defend it, right? They defend those ones. The appointment of the MD for non-existing Catäe seaport. So they even appointed an MD for non-existing seaports at Catäe, right? They did that before in the past. But they were able to come on radio and TV to defend it. A militant train at the president annex. So the militant train at president annex, right? They were able to defend it. They also they caught some presidents, the presidency staffers were caught on video over allegation, bribe allegation in Galamsey. So they caught some staff at the presidency that were involved in alleged bribery in Galamsey. Even that one, you have the MPP communicators. They came on radio, on TV to defend that. Okay. I also have the 12 million worth of fertilizer for planting for food program. You know, remember that planting for food program, right? We have $12 million worth of fertilizer gone missing. These MPP communicators, they came on radio to defend it. And the last thing I have here is Ghana included in European Commission dirty money list. Even that one, they came to defend it. Nanado was caught on tape taking bribe. They came to defend it. So they came to defend all that. This long list of stuff that I gave you, they came to defend all that. But when this story of Cecilia Dapaah came in, my people were nowhere to be found to come and defend them. Even the money they pay them because they are communicators. They're supposed to come and defend this woman. But even them, they were like, hey, Charlie, this is why they are with the defense stuff, but this is why we don't know what we go do. We don't go fit to. So these people, they bail. Even they say, you know what, Charlie, with the defense stuff, we defend our president self cut on tape, self cry, but this one, we don't know how we go defend them. So we will go high somewhere because we don't go fit. So anonymously, they decided not to show up on TV's radio yesterday because they don't know what to say. What are they going to say? What are they going to say? That the money belongs to the husband? If the money belongs to the husband, when they went to court, the court papers are showing that the money belongs to the woman. Only $3,000 worth of kente and suit belong to what? The husband. So there's nothing more to defend here. There's nothing more to defend here. You see why the other ministers, when their household was stealing their money, they kept quiet because they can't come out. They were not bold enough because they know if they come out, the media will be will fire them. Will fire them. So you know what? They keep quiet. But this one was so bold. I don't know whether this one didn't know that this will go to this extent. I'm asking myself, like, see, if your source of money is doubted, why will you even go to court? Like, I was asking myself, why did this woman go to court? Because this is going to cost her a lot. This already caught her position. So I don't know what came over this woman to decide to go to court. But you know, sometimes there's something we call karma. You can't fool. Like, if you fool, like, nature will pay you. That's what is happening to her. What a break for me. So my people, I want you to let know that sometimes when you do things in life, you pay it right here. Because I don't know when went over this woman to report this case to the courts, and today this government have been exposed. I just want to thank you guys so much for being part of the show. I'm going to wrap up the show by reading some few comments before we go. So Jifa Kafi say a household has been able to bring a powerful woman down, interest in life and its lesson. That's what we call karma. I told you karma is real. So whatever you do on this earth, it will surely pay it here. So house help, somebody that you're calling your boy today, that house help brought you down. See, it too sometimes is greediness. So if it's not because of greediness, maybe you have about $10 million in your house. They stole only 1.3. You will not keep quiet. And my people, will you not keep quiet? If it's not greediness, you are stealing people's money. You have over millions of dollars. They only took 1.3. You will not keep quiet. If you are losing your job. Sometimes in life too, il faut sciencer. The French people say, il faut sciencer, voir. Si c'est bon d'amener, d'amener cette situation en justice. You have to think about it. Like, is it worth it to take this to court? Oh, if you maybe 20 million, 30 million, 1.3, or court, a door, hammer value. Time no no time buvire. Steven Asante says she must resign and suggest herself for proper investigation. Yeah, she needs to be investigated. You have to call all government institutions to do that. And then I'm also interested in this money laundering scandal. The sanitation minister has breached anti-laundering acts of 2020, which is good. This violation must be in the interest of all, irrespective of social class and our status in this country. If this government failed to probe this minister, I will probe him myself. Yes, you can take it up. We have Abena Opon who says she should bring the 43 million she claimed to have used to clean the Dor River. Okay. What she did in that river will not even cost 100,000 cedis. Abuna, hey, you'll be looking for her. Okay, we have Mavis Nkrumah say the whole country knows how that girl acquired her wealth now. How on earth did the minister acquire hers? Midulanya, why not save such amount of money in the bank? Should we believe this government has collapsed our banking system because a minister of his same government doesn't save her money in the bank? That's from Mavis Nkrumah. Rashida Fatawu say, what is Akufo-Addo's vision about sanitation and water resources? What are the politics and how far has she gone accomplishing his goal? At least I haven't read anything about this since 2017. Charlie, Asem. Henry Berima Bimpa said, you paid yourself heavily so you can resign. But before you resign, finally, bring the balance. Asana Fuseni say, even the custodian of the dollar can't keep this amount in their house. Yes. If this is true, the woman should be dealt accordingly. Charlie, see, what do you call? Asana, believe me or not, in 2 weeks, this story will die. Believe me. Kofi Ajiman said, how someone will say, Charlie, I don't know. How someone will say, Dan Koswa. I don't know that. Hey, mommy. Hey, pa. She said those figures do not represent correctly what she and her husband reported to the police. Charlie, this your language is struggle. Ghana, the land of possibilities. Okay, Charlie. Kofi Ajima, you forgive me. Some of the Chiyo or Hausa, I couldn't read them, but take it easy on me. Okay, Farida Al Hassan says Cecilia Abena Dapaah is simply a thief who had reported another thief for prosecution. Clear case of thief man. Yes, the police, as usual, will lamely go after the lesser thief. We'll go after the lesser thief. What did he say? We'll go to the lesser thief. Cecilia Abena Dapaah, you must be arrested and prosecuted with your accomplices too. You are a thief stealing from money. You are a thief stealing from money belonging to the people of Ghana. You had over 5 million and 2 million worth of cash in your room from sources. Wow. The house girl and her accomplices might be tried alongside you and your accomplices, who may include other ministers, MP, Bawumia Akufo-Addo, and his Akim Mafia in government. Okay. All right, Farida. Those are your claims. I don't know, but these are your claims. Edna Ofori is the office of the Special Prosecutor Ghana. This one is set for you. Apply the same energy you use to arrest Professor Frimpong Boateng and Boateng on Auntie Cecilia. Thank you. So Edna Ofori, you are saying that the same way they try or arrest, they used to arrest Professor Frimpong, they should use the same energy to arrest Auntie Cecilia. Okay. The last comment coming from Henry Berima here on Kiss FM page. Madam said the amount quoted in court isn't accurate, meaning the house help will end up as free people if only Madam can testify of giving account of money. If she testifies, then she only Madam can testify to give account of money. If she testifies, then she will have to tell the state of court how such million were acquired and how it ended up in his room later. Ghanaians are waiting to see Office of the Special Prosecutor. Ghana will handle this case. Charlie, this case will die. I promise you. Charlie, we know each other. This will not go anywhere. Let me go on Ben Wayo's page, and then I'm going to conclude that on Ben Wayo page. Let me see whether I have any new comment before we say goodbye here. So Dennis is saying, bro, our country is sinking and political puppets are defending the unthinkable, which is true, my brother. George Apia say they are planning their defense. Watch out tomorrow. We are dealing with political criminals, thieves, corrupt, minded politicians, crooks. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So I think those are all the comments. Thank you guys so much for making this show lovely. I had over 200 people that are watching. And let's keep on pushing. And, you know, people don't like good things, right? So sometimes you do this kind of shows, you have few people watching. It's not because we are not doing a good job. It's because people are not interested. But we're going to continue. And I believe one day this show will go a long way where we can have 3,000, 4,000, even 10,000 people watching. And this is just the beginning. Here we stand for integrity. Here we stand for the truth. Here we stand for justice. Here we always will be the mouth of the people. On this note, I leave you guys and say, live the life you love the life you live. Until next time, God help Ghana. Bye for now. Mijolo, bye-bye, Nami.
And some international journalists at the Tuja and as a reaction about Emma Miss Cecilia Dapaah. Nensema a trendy ewo social media no na yekoti na yade yansem no beso ha subscribe to channel no na click notification bell no so like edumade no na shema afofron so ensa enkabi na there is one man we na okatache efrifa mensa eta invite na ba eye abrana so ena afin so no asempa on Power FM and TV XYZ. Now, okay, Asembi, I would like to also quote it and I would like to say it today. Now, I say this current MPP no is and yes, and I said they do not have good plans in Ghana. And I said need good policies are up implement. Name all they are doing now, and I say say share formation right back in opposition and this is the best time, and I said this is the right time for them to implement. And there is a saying says, I won't person people will criticize you and people will talk about whatever you are doing. Don't be a leader. Name sell ice cream. Subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. No so like it. Jumadina na share my afofronso and sa enkabi. You be share in the next video. Macrow.
PENDREAM TV now so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.